Ugieni Madonna, Imagedion, Orero, obviously Agbe, Manazo, or Ugieni Madonna.
You will have to serve the community for 30 years before you come to this stage. They will ordain you ordain title. Then by then you are one of the elder.
This year now, we don't read the year, so that's why we can do this year.
Historically, joining the Elders Council, an individual must have reached a certain age and must have made significant contributions to the community through leadership, service, or other meaningful ways. There was jubilation in the community as sons and daughters of Okada, both at home and in the diaspora, trooped out to be part of the ceremony with various homes of the initiates agog with festivities. Friends and well-wishers of those initiated into the Elders Council jubilated at the Ogwedion after performing all traditional rites. The elders, known as Edion, in company with their loved ones, danced to their various homes where guests and family members were entertained.
ITV, certainly the best.
Merry Christmas and a prosperous New Year from Independent Television and Radio.
Broadcasting live on Independent Television. This is 60 Minutes Nigeria. I am Lawrence Osifo, standing in for your regular host, Egosa Agbolaho. It's a brand new day, a brand new year. So permit me to wish you a happy new year. The first day of the year 2026. A lot has played out in 2025, so much in the policies and the politics, the politicking and the politricking. But it seems like we've entered the heat of the election year, because this is pre-election year. You can call it penultimate year, the year to election. So we're going to see more of the politics, and we're going to see how the politics play. But we're always here to keep you abreast with what is going on. We're always here to keep you abreast with the ongoings, to educate, to inform, and to entertain you. But on the show today, we'll be looking at the U.S. bombing of ISWAP and ISIS camp, or they call it a terrorist camp in Sokoto, in Nigeria generally, but we'll be unearthing the truth out of what really transpired. How did all of this happen? Was it a collaborative effort, or the US just, entered into the Nigerian territory and just did what he wished to do? But I have my guest, the seasoned analyst, who is live with me in the studio, Owen Olowu, who is a lecturer and a public affairs analyst, live with me in the studio. Good afternoon and good to have you.
Good afternoon.
Happy New Year to you.
Thank you very much.
Right.
Same to you. Viewers at home, good afternoon. Happy New Year to you all. This new year, obviously, will hopefully be a year of peace.
Absolutely.
And prosperity.
So we
Thank
pray.
you.
So
Yes,
we pray.
yes.
All right. Let's start off the conversation. On the 30th or 31st of October, we saw the statement, not a physical, a verbal statement rather, from the US President Donald Trump. He tweeted on his Truth Social that there's a Christian genocide in Nigeria, that it has called for international attention, that he will be doing what he feels will be good to safeguard Nigeria and Christians in Nigeria. But there were so many conversations around it that it's not only Christians that are being killed, even Muslims are also being killed and all of that. But last week, Thursday, that was on Christmas Day, we saw what transpired in Sokoto State, where the US forces came into Nigeria and in Sokoto, and they unleashed what they did on the ISWAP terrorists and the ISIS terrorists. Let's get it brief first. Do you think the action of the United States was called for?
Well, the activities of terrorists, bandits, whatever
name they
you want to call them, Boko Haram, ISWAP. There are newer fashions of them now. Whatever their names are called, they have threatened not just Christians alone in Nigeria. They have threatened the statehood of Nigeria.
Okay.
And these things have been on for ages, and everybody seems to be playing kid gloves with it. But the fact that Christians have been the ones that are the main targets. And if you say, oh, it's not only Christians that are targeted, the question is, who is perpetrating this evil? Who is perpetrating this act? The people perpetrating this act, they are perpetrating it against the Christians more, and maybe a small fashion of more fashion on their own Islamic people. So this thing has largely been perpetrated by the Islamic, where they call them dissident groups. They say we should not give it a religious coloration, that this group of people, these terrorists, ISWAP, as the case may be, they are extremists. They are not core Muslims. They are not core Islam, because they say Islam is a religion of peace, as the case may be. So they unleash the terror. The target is more on Christians. And on this stage, maybe not on 60 Minutes Nigeria, maybe on this morning on ITV, I have always asserted, I have always advocated that this terrorist group terrorizing Nigeria, they are not up to what the Nigerian army can actually deal with. Just that what we lacked before now is the willpower to disseminate these people, the willpower and the courage. And that we came here to talk about this subject when there was this call, when Donald Trump released his tweet that they were going to come to Nigeria, and many persons were afraid, thinking, oh, it was going to be an invasion. We were saying we don't want an invasion, we want an intervention. And of course, a lot of talks have gone behind the door, behind closed doors, and the result of those talks is what we have seen. And nobody will tell me that we are not heaping a sigh of relief, as the case may be. To say that this intervention, to say that it is needed, is an understatement. It is long overdue. And the collaboration with the Nigerian government, or rather, the collaboration between the United States of America and Nigerian government to achieve this. Some people will say, oh, it appears, oh, it's possible that the Nigerian government were not even involved at all. It was only the United States of America. It was a unilateral decision and all that. I told some persons, I said, if this was to be the regime before now, where we saw several things like Ruga trying to Islamize Nigeria, You were planning Ruga or cattle ranching in different states, other from the cattle business that is supposed to be a private business. You now see that the government wanted to do it as if it's a state business and all that. I was telling people that if this was the regime before now, these strikes wouldn't have been possible. But because I would say that the current government, they just needed this push, because you know there were so many things around it. Some persons were saying, oh, you should negotiate with these terrorists, you should they call these terrorists people who are killing people in the thousands, they call them their brothers and their sisters, and they are saying, oh, they should negotiate with them. So what we have just experienced now, it's just a tip of iceberg. What you just heard of, the Christmas Day bombing, it's just a tip of iceberg compared to what has been happening on the ground since that December 24th till now. A lot has been happening on the ground, and you cannot tell me that you are not experiencing some fresh air.
To an extent.
Yes, to an extent. There seems to be some relative peace, relative calm, except the media is underreporting. You know, except because I've also come here to say that the media is an accomplice to what has been happening. In general, yes,
the media.
I'm just saying that for apparent, because of regulations, regulatory body and all that. So the NDC and all that. So NBC rather. So the media may be underreporting something so that they don't paint Nigeria in bad light.
To the world.
Yes, to the world. Okay. So that's Nigeria. That we had genocide in Nigeria before now. It's an understatement. The killings were becoming so much that even those of us who live in the metropolis, we are no longer feeling safe, to say the least. So because the thing was getting closer, they were closing in on all of us. So that the United States of America, the pontoons of the United States of America, the President of the United States of America heard our cry and came to our rescue and intervened in the situation. They didn't even come into Nigeria. They didn't come. They from the Gulf of Guinea. They launched that Tucano bomb, and then that can even travel 1,000 kilometers away. The other day I saw the police went to the site of the bombardment, and they were excavating body. You see dismembered bodies. I don't know if you saw that clip.
I did.
Dismember. You know. So that is what saved them. At least they have dismembered. I saw only heads. So they said they will go to heaven, and they will give them 72 virgins. I wonder how they are going to be able to address those 72 virgins. So to say that the intervention is timely, because the Nigerian state, it was a threat to the Nigerian state. It was a threat to Islamize Nigeria. It was a threat to all of us. None of us were safe anymore because they were actually gaining ground. They were taking territories. In fact, in a whole state, I think in Zamfara state or one of the states in the north, they have practically the only region or the only area that was not left in the hands of the government was like the state capital. All the suburbs, all the local governments, even to the extent that the local government chairman has even gone into truce with these terrorists. They are paying them money. Once they get allocation, they give them their cut. So to say that this intervention, to be very honest with you, the intervention is very timely, and we want to, whatever the people have been speculating, they say, oh, there's an undertone. The USA, they have a what is it called? They have something they want to benefit. They are eyeing this one, they are eyeing this one. For me, I think that is bullshit. There's so much speculation. It's speculation. Like on the issue of, we cannot really give so much details about the military intervention so far, except the ones we are told. You know, when I saw the topic on hating the truth, we can only come here and talk about the things that has been reported. When you talk about military intervention, it's a confidential operation. Highly confidential. They cannot give you the details of what is happening, of what is going to happen, because
security
yes, because I think during the time of Goodluck Jonathan actually approached a private security firm to help with the issues of then Boko Haram was just springing up at that time. And when the man later was doing a documentary after that Jonathan's time, there was a time the man was doing the shift that was a white man that was employed, that contracted to help stamp out Boko Haram. He said when they gather intelligence and then they say, okay, they want to launch out, they want to go to the enclaves of these military people, and they want to go and gas them. You know, they want to go and gas them out. Then before you know that when they will get there the following day, they will see that the military people, the militants, the kidnappers, the bandits, the terrorists, they're already wearing nose masks, gas masks.
Wow.
Yes.
To protect
themselves. Meaning information has gotten to them that they're going to use gas to eliminate them. So in cases like this, a lot of secret is involved. And I can tell you for free that since that airstrike of Thursday, a lot has still been going on. In fact, yes, on the ground. And if you pay attention to news from the north, you see that even, I think there was one recently, Amateku intercepted some terrorists, some Boko Haram people that were fleeing from the north and all that. In fact, all the borders around us, those countries bordering us, they have intensified security along the border because these terrorists are fleeing. They are fleeing because they don't really have, because that's Sokoto. Not many of us even knew that anything was happening.
Exactly. That is because
not many of us knew. All our interest was that it is Borno, Zamfara, and Adamawa, Yobe, and all that. Yeah. And then recently, Taraba, Benue rather. That was, whereas the headquarter is in Sokoto. Their intelligence headquarter, where they plan and then they unleash, they strike, has been in Sokoto all along. But due to military intelligence shared by the United States of America and Nigeria, we were able to bomb those enclaves, and we have had some sigh of relief, because from that Thursday till now, I've been paying attention to the news.
We've not heard anything.
We've not heard anything. Yeah. Even, to be very honest with you, Seth, it appears even the kidnapping reduced. The kidnapping in the south that we used to hear, terrorizing communities around. I said these people, it's a network.
That's true.
It's a network. Apparently, they have been able to trigger themselves, and they are on the run. All of them. Because when you see these people that are carrying out this act, they look so impoverished. I'm talking about the kidnappers now. And they demand large ransom. Use some of money, you will be wondering. And so in most cases, even the government sometimes pay money to them. Though the government will come out and deny that they don't pay any money ahead, that they don't release them like that. Especially when they kidnap a large number of people from schools and all that. When they get this money, the people who are sponsoring them, they are just behind, feeding fat on these ones, the food soldiers. Those people doing the sponsoring, paying the money, those ones cannot come out. They can't come out because they don't have what it takes to come out and do what those guys are doing. I don't know if you also saw this one. I think one of the governors, one body, the governor of Niger State, Bago, he has been Niger State. He has been denied. He has been fingered as one of the financiers of those guys. Well, he will always deny it. What he said now? Well, me, I don't know. He has been fingered. I think the onus is on the government to prove the case beyond reasonable doubt with a lot of facts. Because when you're talking about truth has to do with facts and evidence, not just saying. And the man is alleging that it is because he has refused to join the APC. That is why they are after him. Trying to
so some political undertone.
Exactly, that's what he's saying. So the onus is on the government, because like many of the Zamfara State governor and even the Borno State governor before now will tell you that they know where these terrorists are.
Even Gumi
leave that one. That one we meet is Waterloo. That one is like the Sheikh Gumi is not the Sheikh Gumi. The Sheikh Gumi, the Islamic cleric that is more like I don't know what to call it, a mediator, an advocate for these people.
He said he meets with the guys. He talks to them.
Yes. So besides Sheikh Gumi, let's leave Sheikh Gumi out of it now. I'm talking about those in government.
Okay.
Before now, they have always told you that they know where these guys are, that they know where they are at any time. See, but the challenge is you now ask yourself, you know where these guys are, then what is stopping you from going after them? Now, yes, before now I've always tried to.
Okay, I think we'll have to go on a short break. Okay. Let's take a short break on the show. We'll continue the conversation shortly. Stay with us. All right, thank you very much for staying with us still on the program 60 Minute Nigeria, broadcasting live on independent television. We've been looking at the U.S. bombing of ISWAP and ISIS terrorists in Nigeria, unearthing the truth. And my first guest, Owen Olowu, who is a lecturer and a public affairs analyst, have laid a brief for us to start up the conversation. But I'm being joined again by someone who is also, knowledgeable in public affairs. He's also a lecturer, not just a lecturer, but a professor, so he understands better. Professor Anthony Ijewere. Good afternoon, Prof. Good to have you.
It's a pleasure to be here.
And Happy New Year.
Yeah, same to you.
Yes, Prof.
Apologize for
no issues, Prof. No issues. But you're here, so let's delve into the conversation. He has laid a part for us, but let me get to hear your own perspective on the collaboration between the United States and the Nigerian government. They said it was a collaboration in the bombing that happened last week, Thursday. That was on Wednesday, on a Christmas day. What would you have? What is your take out of this whole collaboration that happened?
Well, we are aware that over the years, especially from the period of the late General Buhari, there's been a lot of insecurity in the country, prepared by bandits, what do you call it, ISWAP and the rest of them, Boko Haram and so on and so forth. Yeah. And it appears during his time there was no solution. No solution in the sense that we are aware that 2015, when there was this general presidential election, when Buhari said, I quote, that
if he did not win,
he
would make Nigeria ungovernable.
Yes, ungovernable.
Yeah, that's a statement.
Yes, and all that. So in view of that, he organized.
But that's an allegation, though.
No,
let's say it's an alleged organization.
Okay,
allegedly.
Yes, allegedly. Yeah. That it brought some of these insurgents from neighboring countries, and at the end of the day, also cut a long story short, when Jonathan threw in the towel and said, let peace reign, and congratulated Buhari for winning the election, even when the counting was still ongoing, and all that. So that to some extent. So at the end of the insurgents, the terrorists now say, Oga, pay us our dues. But I said there's no job to be done again.
Because at the end of the day, I won the election.
I won the election. So there's no job to be done again. So in view of that, they were stranded. And they've already been stationed in various forests.
To unleash their mayhem.
Yes, if Buhari did not win. So it's a kind of a survivor thing.
Okay.
So they decide to be kidnapping, doing all sorts of things, so that they can survive. So that is the genesis of it. And that is the reason why, in most cases, nothing could happen. Government did not take a very draconian measures against them because allegedly they were involved in terms of
financing them.
Yes, in terms of financing them. And that is why it's not just direct financing.
Okay.
What they normally do is indirect financing.
Okay, when you say indirect, how?
Yes, indirect. When the people capture, when they kidnap Nigerians, and what happened at the end of the day, government will just go into negotiation, and start to negotiate with them. And when you say negotiation, a lot of millions, if not billions
Pass
of
through
naira.
the line.
Yes, now it's involved. So it now became a habit, a tradition.
A business.
Yes, a business, and as a result, more groups now started
springing up. Different names,
yes, because it was now seen as a lucrative business, and so when Buhari saw that, in the National House of Assembly, some northerners now say, hey, if you could give amnesty
to the militants in Niger Delta.
Yes, to the militants in Niger Delta. Why can't you give amnesty to this group of people? Because they are also agitators, and they bought the idea and started, gave them rehabilitation, if you like, and started, recruiting them into Nigerian army. And having, so it's like a pig is always a pig. Even when you give a white lace to a pig and say, hey, don't enter the mud again, just respect yourself, I've given you a white lace. the next month the pig we see is still going to enter.
Because that's the lifestyle of a pig.
Why, so what do I mean by that analogy? Is the fact that members of Boko Haram were already in the Nigerian army. So they were giving information, you know, to their members. And that is why, at the end of the day, our Nigerian soldiers could not do anything. Otherwise, these are people who are not trained. You can't compare them to our army, Nigerian army, that are well trained. You know, they are well trained, and they've served in international
peacekeeping organizations,
and they did very well, excellently well. So why can't they deal with these people with rags who are not well trained and all that? Which means there are people, top government officials behind them. Let me shock you. Recently, you heard, this was in the news, it's not being alleged. A senator, you know, compound was filled with about 1,500 machines in his compound. And in the same compound, they had a clinic. And when all these insurgents are injured,
they bring them there.
Yes, they bring them to his compound, they are treated, and all that and all that. Will the government say they are not aware of it? What did they do with the information? You know, they would have taken advantage of information and deal with it. What about Shegumi, who were aware anytime the insurgents are in trouble, he comes out, instead of him to criticize, he start looking for a way to encourage them by saying government should leave them. For example, what US did recently in Sokoto, instead of him to applaud it and say, hey, the American people did very well. Rather, he was saying, no, the Americans are enemies. You know, they are not supposed to do such a thing. Rather, government is supposed to call them and dialogue with them. When it's so obvious, in international relations, terrorism, you wipe them out. Okay. You wipe out terrorists. You don't negotiate with terrorists because you are encouraging it. You're encouraging it. And that perhaps explain the reason why government have to collaborate. Because it's like the present government could not handle the situation again. So they need there's an in-house thing.
All right, Prof, you know? We have to go on a short break. We have to go take a short break now. When we return, we'll continue with the conversation. All right, thank you so much for staying with us still on the program 60 Minute Nigeria, broadcasting live on independent television. So we've been looking at the collaboration, if you want to call it, between the US government and the Nigerian government in bombing of ISWAP and ISIS terrorists in Nigeria, trying to unearth the truth out of what happened last week, Wednesday. My guests are still here, Owen Olowu, a lecturer and a public affairs analyst, and Professor Anthony Jewere, also a lecturer and a public affairs analyst. So, Prof, you were making a point before we went on that. Yes. Let me allow you to, finally land down before I come to.
Yes. So like I was saying, there's already a scenario on ground. Yeah. Are you getting it? So it's like President Tinubu came and inherited liability.
A bigger liability.
Yes, a bigger liability. What do I mean by that? The military have already been polluted. The Nigerian military have already been polluted by the background story I just gave to you. Already been polluted. So there's nothing he can do to solve the problem, because all efforts since he came to power, to solve this problem, insurgency, insecurity in the country, prove abortive. Because there's internal sabotage.
Inside the military?
Yes, inside the military. All right? And that is why the retired General Musa.
Yeah, Christopher Musa.
Yes, Christopher Musa. Because he saw that this man is a performer, irrespective of the fact that he has retired, he brought him back. Because he wants somebody to do something to stop this insecurity in the country. And international law, by the grace of God, is allowed.
Yes, sure.
That you can assist a country that having problem with insecurity. Because international law is not looked, the country directly involved is not seen as the only person that is suffering from insecurity.
Yeah,
because
it's a global
attack. It's a global thing. Why? Terrorism is a global thing. Why? Because like Nigeria, they have all sorts of embassies in various countries.
Yeah.
Are you getting the embassy from various, including American embassy?
Yes.
Okay. United Nations, they're also there. And still remember what happened some years ago.
When they bombed the UN embassy in Abuja.
Yes, in Abuja. So it's not just Nigeria per se. So that is why President Trump was looking at it from global perspective. not just the Nigerian perspective, from global perspective, because not just Nigerian or American citizens going to affect. It can affect all other countries. You know how these Islamic fundamentalists operate. You know, the moment they see that even a country having a sympathy, the country did not even invade them. The moment you have a sympathy with the so-called oppressors, like US, Britain, and the rest, they attack such a country. So in view of that, Tinubu was not out of order when he allowed the US to invade, you know, the hideout of these terrorists. Though some argued that he's not even aware. It's after the whole
We're going to talk about that.
The whole thing has been done before he was informed.
Okay.
But whatever it is, okay, there's a green light at the end
of the tunnel.
All
right. Owen, let me come to you. You know, this issue is an issue that has been on the public domain, because the next question will be, do you think this was a collaboration between the US government and the Nigerian government? Because like he said, I also have that question I had before, because a lot of people are saying the Nigerian government were not even aware that the US government were in Nigeria already to carry out that strike in Sokoto. Do you foresee a collaboration, or they took us unawares?
It's something I tried as much as possible to avoid.
Why did you say so?
To avoid speculation.
Okay.
I tried to avoid hearsay. I like facts. More so, the topic that we are discussing today is about unearthing the truth. And what is truth? Truth is based on facts.
Yeah.
So when you say you heard people say, people can say anything. But regardless, when you see a snake, whichever way you kill the snake,
in as much as the snake
dies, the bottom
dies,
line is that the snake is dead. So when you hear people speculate because they don't have any facts, they don't have any evidence to say that there was no collaboration between Nigeria and the United States before they bombed Sokoto. Do you know what it means to invade another country's airspace? I also know that the United States has aircraft that can enter an airspace undetected. Sophisticated
because they've done that before. When they tend to move,
they
one
can
of
enter
citizens,
and then you will not detect. And also too, like I earlier posited, it's in the news. These Tucano bombs that were launched from the sea, from the Gulf of Guinea, the Atlantic Ocean, as in almost 1,000 kilometers away,
and it dropped.
What they call precision bomb. It hit the target
without missing.
Yes, the target. It's a GPS signal and everything. It hit the target. Or with very, I don't think there's no error. So what that Tinubu is aware, Tinubu is not aware. It is not for us to say.
Okay.
Now the government of the United States, the office of the president, the Pontus of the president of the United States of America, has come up to say that there was collaboration between them and Nigerian government. So what are we to be saying there was no collaboration?
Okay.
Because when people talk, I just look at them, because I don't like to speculate, because something that you cannot substantiate, you should desist from saying it.
True.
So the thing is that the only thing I want to say here is that I want to commend President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for having the courage, because if this thing had happened under Buhari, I am very sure that Buhari would have blocked it.
Oh, yes.
Because why? Yes, Buhari, because if there was no nod, there was no, this was the push that President Buhari, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu needed. But President Bola Ahmed Tinubu actually meant where to tamper insecurity, because no country can prosper in this security. And we were talking about, we were like, why are they interested in our security? Why are they interested in helping us to stamp out insecurity? My brother, Nigeria is a country of over 200 million people.
Yeah.
Which country in the West African coast will have refugee camps that will accommodate 100 million?
100 million, yeah.
If there was crisis, there is war in Nigeria, for instance. So their intervention is very timely, and I want to tell you for free that was just the right. You will see they've gone out on these terrorists, these ISWAP people, ISIS people, whatever their name is. I don't even want to care. They've gone out on them.
They've been generalized now as a terrorist group.
Yes, terrorist group. That's so that they are even begging to negotiate now? That they should come, that the government should come and talk? The next the stage we are in now is that these terrorist groups they are begging government to come to the table so that they can talk now. And it will be foolish. I don't think this government will stoop to that point to come and negotiate. A lot was involved in pre-US intervention in this matter.
True.
A lot. Because if the president go too hard on these people, they can even kill him in Aso Rock. Because many of these people who are sponsoring terrorism, they are even in his government. They are even ministers. They are ministers. People are even speculating that, are you not aware a moment ago when the current vice president was a senator, a governor in Borno State, that it was in his house, Kabir Sokoto went to hide when they were looking for him. Yes. The man that did that Mandela bombing in 2004, thereabout. Yeah. It was in his house that the man went to hide.
And it was proved.
I don't know. I told you I don't like to speculate. I said, I heard though, that they said, so what I'm trying to say is that the people who are surrounding the president of this nation, they are sympathizers. And what if I tell you that? What if we see like Sheikh Gumi is playing to the gallery?
Okay.
Sheikh Gumi, what if he's playing to the gallery? What I mean is this: what if Sheikh Gumi just taking sides with these militants, with these terrorists, because he has seen prior to now that the Nigerian government does not have the willpower to exterminate them. Yeah. Many of us can be friends with thieves.
Absolutely.
Because we just
maybe you have a choice. You're gaining out of them, or
you say, let me not be friend with the thief. Yeah. You know he's stealing, though. Yeah. You don't have the courage to speak truth to this thief, because you yourself, you don't have what it takes to protect yourself from the thief. And the state that's supposed to protect you,
the state
yes,
somehow.
So Sheikh Gumi may just be playing to the gallery. Let me just support these people and gain some relevance in the process and all that. Or Sheikh Gumi again, because of the religious fanatics and the extremists, and of course anything that anti-US. You know, he was saying that President Tinubu would have sought help from the United States, from Turkey, Palestine, or Pakistan, and maybe China. I think he mentioned China. He said the US is infidel.
Yeah, probably because he don't love the US.
Not like don't love, because the US is very brutal when it comes to terrorism. Yeah. The US does not handle terrorism with kid glove. So President Tinubu has gotten the nod. Has gotten the nudge from that he needs to kill terrorism. My brother, from now on, we will have peace. I'm just telling you,
just
because that first bombing, that first bombing, do you know? Like I told you earlier, do you know how many bombings have taken place between that time and now? These terrorists, they are on the run. And of course, all those neighbors bordering us, they have intensified security in their border. Okay. See, I was even saying a long time ago, why will you catch these terrorists and be announcing to the world that you have captured 60 terrorists, and you have killed them, you have captured them, you are going to try them? Try what? You should be shoot at sight, kill them, don't even report that you have killed them.
The military are saying when they want to do shoot at sight, that will come for them not to do that.
Prof, I just told you. Prof has told you, and it's in public notice. When they are ready to do that, public notice that the military has been infiltrated by these same people, and they have sponsors. Let me just tell you, I said I don't speculate. Yeah. There is speculation out there, which may be true too, that the high-ranking military officers are benefiting from these things. Yes. Because there is huge budget that comes for security, purchase of weapons. They are the people who are happy to get. Yes, now they siphon some, they keep some, and then they get weapons and substandard ones, so that it's business for them. Okay. But now it's brutal force. I have said on this studio that these people, I pitched in India, say these people don't reach us handle. True. Nigerian military, sir, is one of the best in Africa. Our ground forces, we have gone to keep peace. Recently said that there was one crisis in which country they did our neighbor here, Benin Republic here.
A military coup.
Benin Republic here. Did we not go there to help them? We are helping people when our own house is not there. So in my brother, let us this is not a trivial matter, and I like us to take it with all the seriousness that it deserves.
All right.
I want to thank the President of the United States of America.
Okay.
And I want to also thank those people who took our cry to them.
Yeah.
This is something like a joke. A lot of
when
cry,
they started the debate,
a lot of pressure. Not even over there. Our people here, Christians here, you know, like I said it on this TV, I said the media before now has been an accomplice to the killings because they underreport it. Because this media is supposed to be the one who are supposed to help us to allow this thing. And of course, because the reason is obvious reason why they underreport is because regulations. You know, that not everything. Let's not paint our country in bad light. Let us manage the issues with time we are going to be able to. So to be very honest with you, it gladdens my heart.
Okay.
And like I told you, this is a top military secret. A lot is still going on underground.
All right.
And if we will not expose, we don't know. Even the very high-ranking military officers that are not in this operation, the operation has a code name.
Yes,
information is not shared like that. As in information on how to hit targets and all that. Intelligence is guided. And our governors before now said they know where these people are. Who are these people? Prof just told you here that these people are not even trained. They are not trained. They're not rich. My brother, if they give me and you gun, if they equip all of us, let me just tell you the truth, sir.
Yeah.
If they equipped all of us, you equip me, give me gun on my street. Everybody gun on my street. Who is that person that will come up to my street and say, want to come and do anything? And basically will go. How? Because they have privilege to wield weapons, and you think they have power. Tiny boys that if you say, keep your gun aside, you will break them.
They can't even face you
one-on-one. They can't even face you one-on-one. Who are these people? So, President Tinubu, to be very honest with you, has gotten the nudge that he needs, the nod. And I think the man is not backing down.
All right.
The man is keen in, and the man is going to follow it because there's nobody in his government now, no, all those northern elites and all that. This has not come to open hair now. It's no longer secret. Nobody will say, play that. Before they listen to Shegumi, who is Shegumi?
They do.
So I believe we are going to get solid results from all this. Okay. Honestly,
and to pick it up from there,
all right, Prof.
You realize that most of these top military people, you know, like he said, they benefit a lot from insurgency.
Yeah.
And that is why you discovered that they're always coming up with fake reports.
Yeah.
When I say fake report, they say, oh, we have been able to kill 100 and something Boko Haram terrorists. No audio,
no visuals, nothing to show for it.
Nothing to show
so
for
it's
it.
just like a public statement.
Yes, we are now in full control. Okay, then they will go to Tinubu. We are doing very well. Just increase
the budget.
You know. Now, why there's speculation, especially when it comes to international conflict resolution, is that anything to do with security, the information is normally not shared.
No, not at all.
It's not shared like that. You know,
you
could still remember when Eric Moore, the Senate man from US, came.
Yeah.
You know,
and
when he landed in Abuja, you know, the chief, the national security
advisor, NSA, know who about
tried to dress him up, dress the whole thing with the dress, presented all the Nigerian bottled water,
the good report,
and all that. The man was just laughing. They pretended to be stupid.
Of course.
If you watch very well, nobody took one of the bottled water to drink. When the American embassy have more
details about what is happening,
distilled water,
clean water.
Clean water. It's like, this is not what we came for.
We didn't come to joke here.
So they went to the source. They went to bed with saw graves.
Mass graves.
Yes, mass graves and all that. And I said, the man said, oh my God, I'm feeling that he cannot imagine people being eliminated and all that. So he reported, don't forget, Trump gave them a job to do.
Yeah.
So when he went back, he raised alarm and said, this is terrible what my eyes saw, not what these government people are saying. It was a week or plus after that, Trump took his action.
Yes,
which means away. They saw the thing right on the spot. What happened? And directly or indirectly, our President Tinubu was happy.
Yes.
Hey, they don't help me for
this one.
They
don't help me for this one. So at least my hands are not tied.
And the man will not rest. He will bomb them.
Yes, so the issue is that America cannot share that security information. Because intelligence report is kind of secretive.
Absolutely.
You don't
Confidential.
share it because you don't know where the thing is going to leak to. So that gives birth to all the speculations. You know, whether
the government was in collaboration
or
was not aware.
And all that. Like you said, the issue is not who is aware and who is not aware.
At the end of the day,
the aim was met.
Get the job done. Yeah. And that's it. America got the job done, and they are still doing the job.
Okay, Prof, we're pressed for time, but let's begin to wrap up. I would have loved to ask, why Sokoto? Why not Borno, the peak? Why not Yobe? Why not Zamfara? Why Sokoto? But he said something on it before you came on.
Yeah, the Americans don't operate like that. Look, let me tell you, it's not like our own case. Okay. They do a detailed information, intelligence. That's what they call it. Gathering. They gathered. It was later discovered, like I read, later discovered that the headquarters where they organized.
That was what he said.
Yeah, where they organized for their launch. Is Sokoto.
That was what he said.
All the bandits, all the commanders, you know, they came in this particular incident. Wow. They all came to organize. You know, they were preparing to bomb 4 states. You know,
simultaneously
on Christmas Day. Yes. And America got wind of it. So they all concentrated. It's like their job had been made easier
for them.
You know, so that's why they came and finished them. Wow. You know, whereas if America had, can you imagine if America had shared that information with the Nigerian army, they would have left that place.
True. They would have left that place. True.
Yes, that's why security information is something very highly secretive. Okay. You don't share it. Especially when Americans also know who the Nigerian
government or people are.
Or soldiers are. You know, there's Boko Haram.
They are inside them.
So they are aware. They do their homework.
Okay. There's something we call decoy. Yeah. Decoy. Yeah. Sokoto was a decoy for those terrorists. You see, when they say you can have a thief, an armed robber on the streets, the armed robber will not operate on that street because he doesn't want to drag attention to his
terrain.
Everybody, if you live in the environment where an armed robber stays, you will be safe.
To an extent.
To an extent, because he will not want to do it within. He will be going elsewhere to do what he wants to do. So Sokoto, as it were, was a decoy.
It was seen to be an innocent place, but it is not innocent.
Nothing happens there. No operation happens there. The attention is Borno and Zamfara, all those places, those forests. Where they just have camps there, where they get their weapons, their weaponry, and everything. The headquarters is Sokoto.
Wow. And why would the government say they're not aware?
It came to us like a surprise. Yeah. As if, Sokoto.
Yeah, why Sokoto? Exactly.
Why not this and why not that? Sir, the government has been aware all along. Yes. But the government has been handicapped. Okay. It appears the kind of weaponry and the kind of finance these people get is enough to cause a regime change. Enough to cause a regime change. See, Tinubu was particularly at their mercy. Okay. Because the people who are surrounding him are practically, you don't know who is who.
We're getting pressed for time because we need to go. But our parting shot in one minute. Prof, your parting shot. What should the government do? Should the collaboration continue or it should end here? One minute before we wrap up.
The collaboration should continue. Okay. I personally don't trust in sharing intelligence reports. Okay. But I prefer, after America has hit their target in Nigeria, they can tell Tinubu, I think we have
we are done.
We are done.
We've done our job.
We've done our job. Okay. Then our Nigerian army can go and do the mop-up exercise. Okay. That is those are the remnants of his insurgents that are running away. They can go and start blocking them. Okay. Start blocking them. And by the time they do that, the country will be stable. You know why? Because our agricultural products are being affected. Food, in fact, they are the cause of high cost of stuff.
Food insecurity.
Our GDP, GNP, they are going up because of the activity of insurgency. Yeah. So it must be wiped out.
Okay, Owen, your parting shot.
Well, to me, I know that we are in for good times. Okay. And President Tinubu will not back down as it is. And the United States of America, they don't embark on any course and not get it done to the latter. So the only thing I wish to say here is that I'm not President Tinubu, because there's been call for negotiation with these people. The people, they made video and they're asking for negotiation. Okay. I know that we will not grant them that privilege, and they should go all out for them And you know, when they changed this, the chief of, the minister of defense recently, we knew that they were ready now. Okay. And what made them to even choose that man was because of the pressure from the United States. Yeah, no, the antecedent of the man that he has done before, and also to the pressure. Okay. They now saw that it's not time to be serious. Absolutely. And they chose that man, and we are seeing results. And we know that, of course, we're in for good times. We're going to experience peace in this country.
Thank you very much, Owen Olowu. Thank you for coming. Prof, also, we thank you for joining us on the program. That's the start of our package on the show. Next week, your regular host, Egosa Agbola, definitely will be back on the program. I'm Lawrence Osifo. We'll still continue to wish you a prosperous New Year 2026. Bye for now.
RTV, certainly the best.
Ọba àtọ́kùnrin ayé.
Omonoba Nedu Ukwakolopolo, Ewai II, Oba of Benin, stepped out majestically with loud crowd to perform the Soton rites of his late mother, Queen Mother Ioba Omoni Ikoyeme, Ioba Ewai II, who departed this world 49 years ago. Isoton is a traditional rite of the procession in memory of the departed person's spirit in Benin Kingdom. It is usually heralded by public display of the departed person's influence during their sojourn on earth. The display of a human effigy symbolizing the departed royal matriarch was preceded by the Oba of Benin, who led the procession from his palace to the Immortal Shrine at King Square in Benin City, where he offered prayers for the repose of the soul of the Queen Mother, Ioba Ewai II. Thereafter, the priest assigned to the Immortal Shrine offered Oba Ewai II items for Isoton on behalf of his family. However, chalk, known as Uri, represented a mixture from royal fans after ancestral spirits were invoked to bear witness and announce his arrival. On his way home, Oba Ewa paid tributes at various pilgrimage sites, including Queen Idia Tomb, the Side Oba Market, where a cheerful crowd of traders abandoned their wares to catch a glimpse of the royal personage and join in the celebration.
ITV, certainly the best.
ITV, certainly the best.
Hello viewers, welcome to Viewpoint on ITV. I am Caroline Okonji, and it is that program that gives you and I opportunity to talk about some of the trending issues in the country and how it affects us as citizens. So today we're going to be talking about the withdrawal of police personnel from very important personalities in the country and how it's going to be affecting us as individuals, or better still, how it's going to impact us as citizens. And then again, the debates on legalizing gun ownership. So let's go talk to some persons and hear what they have to say in regards to this topic. It is Viewpoint on ITV. I am Caroline Okonji.
The Nigeria security architecture, I think it is a very, very wrong approach at this time. When you talk about developed countries and thinking of how police operate, the environments are not the same. First, we do not have good roads. That when you call for police in an emergency response, if it's like in the developed countries, you see police appearing within minutes. You hear of cases of assassinations in places like America. It's only a matter of days they will find the killers of those people. Those are not the situations in Nigeria. People kidnap people in their houses, people kill people on the way, they don't even know who the killers are. The only thing too that also makes some of these people not to be on the road is the simple reason that when they know that there are escorts following some VIPs and some people on the way, they know that it's possible that at some point they will see unexpected police presence. But when they now get to the point where they now say, no, they cannot go with police and then the road is free and all that, you are only inviting terror back to us. If I'm traveling on the way and I know I'm licensed to have a gun in my car, some other persons are coming, and maybe we run into hoodlums, and they know that out of these 20 cars, there's a likelihood that 15 to 16 have arms in them. that will also create that sense of security for the people that are involved. So I just think that it is, yes, the idea to say let's have police at different points is there, but the architecture and infrastructure to support such an idea, we don't have it yet. You don't have drones flying everywhere. If you are overseas, you press a button in your house, they know it is emergency. The police will come, condone of your area, and the people cannot even escape. The police right now, as they are, first, there are no vehicles, they are not well equipped, so how do you even do it? I think that the decision by Mr. President needs to be reviewed.
I see it as a right development based on this issue that the president has made concerning police should be withdrawn from notable personalities that are in our society. You discover that for the police to be able to combat insecurity, we have less police in the society. Most of all these notable personality, you just discover that one person will be having 10 police. 10 police. If one particular person is having a police, about 10 attached to him, and the common man has no security to be attached to him, he has no security to be attached to him, then what is the fate of the masses? But to my own take, with this direction, this step that the president has taken, that all police officials, army and the officials should be withdrawn from notable personality, is a welcome development, so that these officers will be able to go to the city, go to the street, go to the rural area to be able to combat these bandits. Because if all this caliber of men, notable personality, are be giving policemen policemen are attached to them, it will not be a wake-up development. But if they withdraw them, everyone, all hands will not be on deck to fight insurgency, to fight bandits. But when these men are secured, they will feel less concerned about the masses. I believe that with this step that the president has taken is a very good step, so that security for lives and property concerning the common man will be appreciated. On these aspects, it has advantage and it also have disadvantage. It is good for people to have self-defense against this insecurity. But the other way around, when every man is given that license to get a gun or harm himself against attack, sometimes most people will not use it for self-protection, but rather they will begin to use it for destructive activities, like going into using it to embark on armed robbery and different. If somebody offends somebody, he can just bring out his gun and do killing. That is why it will not be encouraged. But the only advantage for the government is that let them employ more hands. Let them get more securities. People, recruit them, train them, tell them what to do, the rules and the dons that will govern their security apparatus. All these things should be put in place. Then with more and being employed and well paid, I believe that with all this, they can be able to contain this insurgency and bandits in our country.
We all know that the constitutional role of the police is the protection of lives and property. And like the president has rightly stated, the protection of lives of Nigerians are very paramount. And like the VIPs are still part of the citizens that the police is constitutionally empowered to protect. But you also realize from where the president is coming from, these VIPs form more or less like less than 10% of the larger population of Nigerians. And in that light, he feels that more attention should be given to the masses, to the larger population of Nigeria who are now faced with the challenges of insecurity, while also trying to address the manpower need of the Nigerian police. So in that regard, I totally support that directives that all available manpower now should be channeled towards the protection of the majority of Nigerians outside the VIPs that took a chunk of that number. Looking at on the rights of Nigerians to own guns, I still believe that Nigeria is not yet ripe enough for such. Even in countries where they have such policies, they are trying to go back. If you see what is going on in America now, they are even trying to look at gun rights laws to see how it can be reviewed. So it's not a policy that has worked or that has been sustained in even where it is currently in force. So for Nigeria, it is not just our only gun that will solve the problem of insecurity. I can tell you, with the kind of anger, with the kind of issues we have now, if Nigerians own guns, they will be using it to settle personal scores, not even the insecurities now. So that might not really solve the problem. I think solving the problem, we need to go into community policing, volunteer security, seeing how well we can domesticate security, make security the duty of everybody, not necessarily a centralized arm of government like you have the centralized police now. So with that, I believe we can substantially bring down, if not to a barest minimum, the current challenges we have now. So it's not really whether we carry guns or not that would solve it, no.
It is a very good thing that the president is actually looking at how he can, curb security by having a lot of, security personnel on ground. But, if you have to fight insecurity by creating another level of insecurity, that's a very big problem, all right? Yes, we know that the VIPs have a lot of this, security escort with them. But if you look at this person too, they are human beings. And, somebody who has that kind of, level of position requires some level of security, around him. So for me, I will not, totally say that it is okay to withdraw all the, security personnel from the VIP. No, I do not think that's the best way to go. Instead, I think they should look for a way to have more persons in the force, in the military, in the police, and every other security agencies that can help, in this insecurity. Because the VIP are human beings. The right to own a gun, I really do not think that Nigeria is matured for such a thing. Yes, we have that in some developed countries like America, but I do not, advise that such law should be put here in Nigeria, because a lot of persons are going to take advantage of this particular, situation, and they use it to do other very, very, malicious activities. So I do not believe that Nigeria is ripe for, self-ownership of gun at this particular point in time.
Insecurity in Nigeria has eaten so deep into the life and well-being of Nigerians. Like in the area of business, it has affected us a lot. Like, for example, those our mothers who travel to village markets in this season of December, where they travel to buy plantain, yams, and others. We see many of them were unable to do this because of the insecurity. And that has also affected their own family, because they will not be able to provide for them because they were unable to do their business the way it ought to be. Like those of us in the real estate sectors, I think it affected us the more, because this is one of the most funny December I've ever experienced, whereby our brothers and sisters in diaspora, they are scared to return home to celebrate with us. And after they have saved this money, and they buy property at the end of the year, so that at least they will not count on one thing that they have achieved. But this time, many of them, they give up. Instead of coming to Edo State or or Nigeria to buy property, you will hear them saying that they want to go to places like Singapore, places like Spain. They will tell you the money they will use to buy property in Abuja, like maybe 350 million, 150 million, 200 million, is enough for them to get property in Spain. And that property in Spain will give them high return of investment than the property in Nigeria. And another thing that affected those in diaspora and the VIPs, let me use that word, very important personalities in our country, is the new law that has been passed by the president, that police personnel should be withdrawn from this set of persons. And you know, the current situation of insecurity in Nigeria, so these persons, they will not be free to come in, because it's as if them coming in, they have signed their death sentence because the security is a threat to them. And at the same time, the police personnel that would have been of assistance to them to guide them is being withdrawn. So it's just as if they want to jump into a hot fry pan. So these ones is what stopped them from not coming to Nigeria, and it affected our business a lot. So those persons we are all to care for, these things restrict us to do a lot for our loved ones. Because if you don't sell property to get money, so there's no way you are going to spend money. So if you check, though we are having traffic and all these around, but the truth is that the well-being, the lifestyle of these our citizens is being compromised, because insecurity has cost them a lot. If the guns is being legalized to every citizen, it's going to cause more havoc at this initial stage. So I believe instead of legalizing gun to individuals, let's recruit more local security personnel that understand this terrain of this environment, because a stranger will not know my community more than me. So if they empower these personnel, give them good sophisticated weapon that they can use to withstand these perpetrators, the criminals, it will be able to at least help us a lot. So owning a gun or legalizing gun to Nigerians, you know, Africans, there's a way we think. Even some of the trained policemen that they are handling weapons, we see what happens after some of them have taken what they are not supposed to take. After they get, when their adrenaline gets high, when they are angry, we see how they misuse the gun. So now legalizing gun for a trained person, a civilian, is going to cause more havoc and disaster to us. So I'm not in support of that.
While the opinions of our respondents varies, and some are saying that the statement by the president to withdraw police personnel from VIPs in the country in order to combat crime. Some are also saying that it is not a welcome development. But in all of this, the security of citizens and properties should be a priority. That is what people are clamoring for, and it is something that should be done in order for lives and property of citizens to be secured and for security to be guaranteed. It is Viewpoint on ITV. I am Caroline Okonji. Many thanks for watching.
ITV, certainly the best.
ITV, certainly the best.
This is Anegbete community, situated in Isako Central Local Government Area of Edo State. It is an agrarian community with united people that promotes unity and oneness for peaceful coexistence. The inhabitants of the community migrated from Benin, the cradle of black civilization, a kingdom where king is truly king. The ancestors of Anegbete saw that age was the main determinant of leadership in the rural setting, and the eldest man in the settlement was regarded as the leader who presided over meetings, and his authority is held in high esteem. To further strengthen this unique system of leadership, age group evolved in Anegbete. In Anegbete, age group is categorized into two, that is, the common and the noble. Anegbete is rich in cultural heritage, as the community at noon saw the commitment of the festival with the first set rolled out in beauty colors to showcase their might and strength, indicating their feet and ready for the responsibilities behold on them. The streets in the community with a feed up of young men and women adorned with the festival. Later, the royal family takes the stage as their children fight out royally and work in the community to showcase their might and fitness.
ITV, certainly the best.
Barrister, you just mentioned women in such situation. It's very important to prioritize them first. Where do you think they can go to get this counseling or being able to be spoken to and allow them to take a decision on what they want to do?
Okay, I think in Lagos, there are a lot of report agencies in terms of rape. We have a whole lot of foundations that take care of rape victims, you know, even for the married ones. There are a lot of agencies in Lagos that take care of something like that. So they could approach any one of these agencies. I think their numbers are online. They're everywhere. You could just Google it and then call the number. That is the first step. And then from there, they take it from there. They take you through counseling and all of that. So apart from that, you know, the legal aspect is also there. When something like that happens, you have to, you know, go to court to try to get the victim justice from there and all of that. And that is also going to add to the trauma, you know, having to come to court and then relive the situation all over again, even if you want to keep the baby. It's not as easy as it seems.
The situation will keep coming fresh.
It will keep coming because by the time
but
they
that's a
address the
situation
issue-
where you know the rapist. That's a situation because some of these people just do and take off. You might not know who exactly the person is.
That is true. So that is also one of the reasons why it's important they reach out to these agencies, these foundations, you know, for help. And many of them are free. You know, they do their thing based
Can I
on...
suggest that? I don't know all this foundation. About those, to me, I feel that the clinics, every clinic in Nigeria should have a counselor before you even want to carry out. Let them fully assess your situation, just in case you might change your mind and have a positive
one talk
just
with
because they might not want to reach out to anything, but it's going to be at the point where you're about to go and do the abortion and everything. I think there should be in all the clinics that are doing it a place where they can have both ways, and this is the positive, this is the disadvantage. That you know, and talk to the husband, counsel them, and say, you know, see whether they can keep the child.
You just brought in a good aspect of this conversation, which has to do with the husband. You said the husband. Now, in Africa, do you think any man would want to stay with a wife who was pregnanted by a rapist?
A true African man will not, if you ask me. A true African man with pride. The average African man is with full pride.
What does pride got to do with it?
It is, because when you bring such a thing, and the man ordinarily may want to, you know, accept, maybe after the agreement with the wife. But when you think of what family will say, what will I tell my family? What will the society say? You know, some men with their pride wouldn't want to, you know, be associated with such
To
thing.
me, that's not pride. That's being a coward. Because it's not about you.
Okay.
Whatever happens, you're in a marriage with somebody, right? And then this happens to your wife. So what is it to be your ego? What has your ego got to do with the situation?
That is what we're talking about. That's an African man for you. African man will not say they're coward. You can never see an African man that will tell you, you know, oh, he's a coward. It's pride. There are certain things they would have accepted or agreed to do ordinarily without raising any shoulder. But because of the pride in them, they wouldn't.
Well, that's true. The stigma that is attached
The community.
to it.
Yeah.
The
And you know,
the gossip.
the people know how to actually you know, to call their names. You can just be going on the road and the next somebody is pointing at you. And this is how many people can take that? Except you are this, you must be very enlightened and well read to accept some certain things.
Anyways, this is so sad, you know, talking about it and just visualizing if it's real, what will the woman be going through
because all this affects the woman more.
Yeah.
All of this affects the woman more.
A lot.
Psychologically, mentally, what we should
physically, emotionally.
That's why I said
that could even lead to suicide. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
that could lead to suicide. You know, you just be wondering.
It
will
traumatize her.
That I'm raped, and then I'm pregnant on top of all. You know. Anyway, let's move forward. Let's leave DNA, pregnancy to all those that it concerns. Yes, okay. So let's move on to, we're talking about women, we're women seated here, conversing, talking about women. What barriers do you think exist for women in leadership? Let's take example, or taking a look at Senator Natasha, being a woman in the House of Senate and all what she went through. Do you think it was a barrier that made her to go through that? Or do you think it's a man's world, like the men would say it? Okay, the House of Senate is the man's world, so she has no right to speak whatsoever. What's your think?
You know, I think obviously we're in Nigeria, and then if you look at the political space, right, of how the gender balance in the political world, you can see that we've never had a female president. And aside that, if you're checking the number of people in the Senate, men are more than the women. And so this gender imbalance is already a male-dominated sector in the political world, where women's voices are being suppressed. And so, you know, the fact that she came out to say, you know, what was done wrong to her, she came out and then she was really, you know, bold enough and courageous enough to take that, you know, ahead, that thing. That is just the exceptional thing about her that every other woman should emulate, because not everybody would come out. That silence part is what kills women the most.
Yeah.
This happens to me, I will lose my job. She didn't care about whatever anybody has got to say. She just was courageous to say whatever has happened, the way it happened, and I'm going to fight until my voice is heard. So I think that is one of the barriers, being that gender imbalance. You're in a place where men are male, they are more dominating, you know, in a particular sector. You find yourself in that particular situation. So yeah.
I have something I want to say. I love Natasha. I love her boldness. I love her courage. She did not just stand up for herself, if you ask me. She stood up for every African child. She stood up for every African girl child out there. You understand? Generation unborn will come to hear of this situation that happened to her. In the House of Senate, I think we have like 3 or 4 women. You know, they did not just, they tried to oppress her, to suppress her, to intimidate her. To top it all, they bullied her. She was thrown all sorts of pebbles. But what did she do with it? She built her strength with all the pebbles they threw at her. You know, she's a source of inspiration, encouragement to every African child. The bully was just too much. I salute her courage. She was courageous enough to speak. Even when they bully her up to this time of resumption, they did want her to resume. You understand? She kept talking. She kept speaking. You know, why are they always bullying the woman? Why are they always silencing the woman? They don't want the woman to speak. There is no nation that can strive and succeed without the woman. When it's time for election, they come back to the women. When it is time for voting, they come back to the women. And when it is time to speak, to share the national, to build the national cake.
Go ahead and say it.
They want to sideline the woman. I like politics. I would have been in politics by now because I actually work with politicians. But I'm not there because they will call you names. They will tag you names because they see you as maybe you're a woman, you shouldn't be here, you should be at the back, you shouldn't be speaking. But they have an opinion.
In the other room.
You can be seen, but not heard.
You can be seen and not heard. And not everybody are wired like that. Some people are wired to be heard. Some people are wired to speak, not for themselves, for their generation. Just like Natasha did. Natasha did not speak for only herself. She spoke for a lot of women out there. Natasha has given voice to the voiceless. So women in their offices, in their corporate organization, cannot speak. Look at the case of the national NYSC gay. She was able to speak. Though she will be bullied, but she spoke. And whenever you speak, you have the courage to stand up and speak for yourself and for your fellow women.
be bold enough to chase whatever comes out of it.
I am smiling. You know why I'm smiling? When you said kudos to Natasha. I love when women are given the opportunity or praised when they do something good. But I've just been told that we're going on a short break. We'll be right back. Please stay.
I wanted to add something.
Go to my page. I posted Natasha. I am for Natasha. And I want every Natasha out there.
She came up because one of the senators wanted to start to sleep. Wanted to sleep.
Any advice? Are we getting wrong?
No, we're going. Let's go.
Let's go.
Welcome back to Women in Conversation here on ITV. I mean, we've been enjoying the discussion. We're talking about the barriers that women that exist in women in leadership, and we're looking at Natasha as a case study, Senator Natasha, and of course Edith has just broken it down. I was just smiling all through because I get excited when I hear that a woman stood up for her fellow women.
Oh yeah.
But Abiodun, let me come to you. A lot of people said she made a mistake by taking it out of the country. You know, she went on the was it the UN thing and all that, and so people said she shouldn't have gone there to speak, that she should have remained in Nigeria and fight the battle here back home. What's your take on that?
No, I would say, Natasha, well done, because because there was not
kudos, Mama.
Here. Women don't have that voice.
They don't have
here. In United Kingdom, in United Nations, we hear her out. And to me, she's very brave, very strong, because she could have been killed or assassinated, but God kept her. So to me, I just look at it, what kind of, I've heard my sister said, and the barrister, and Patricia said, about her courage and everything. But at the end of the day, you said something about generation. Yeah, because to me, I want, when I leave this earth, when I die, what legacy are you leaving? What are people going to say about you that matters? So even if she died in that process, at least you hear of different stories of people that have died in the process for the sake of many people. So basically, she was a deliverer.
Yeah.
She started the process, where still, as we said, there's still many people not in positions, women not in positions that they should be, because we're way behind. In the Senate, we've got 3 women.
Can you imagine that?
There's more women in this country than men. So where is their voice?
Yeah, be silent.
Inequality, it's been oppressive. So, so they need to come out and start to put women in the rightful position. Yeah? And then the quota should be fair. It's unfair. It's unfair. So where is the women's voice? So, with the situation that happened, it must have happened for a purpose, for a reason, so that the eyes of the government can open and start to see that there's inequality, there's unfairness, and the courts, it's not. They need to put women.
I think
back in positions.
the men really have to do much. You should treat a woman the way you want another man to treat your girls or your wife or your children. If you bully the woman, another man may also bully your wife or your daughters. You understand? They should stop the bullying. They should allow the women to
this
speak.
Thing that you just said, maybe you said the men should stop the bullying. I just want to point something out to you. That I hope you know that if there are 10 bullies in the political sector, 5 or 6 will be men and the rest will be women.
For fellow women.
Because women are competitors against themselves.
Yeah.
So I think that is
There's something with language we used to speak in school, they Okpoyo, not they like Okpoyo.
So that is something that, because even the Natasha case, I think
the women didn't stand up.
Yeah, they didn't stand up for her.
They paid other women to protest against her.
And they went on the protest.
So, and those women will stand up, and they are even more, bitter than the men that she did.
But why is it like that? That's it.
That brings me to the next question. How can women stand in solidarity with each other?
Enviness will not allow them.
Exactly.
Enviness.
Jealousy.
Yeah, jealousy.
Envy. Because I think
unnecessary competition will not allow them.
Bring in pride.
Unnecessary competition will not allow them.
You feel like because normally you could see that first of all, women compare their bodies. That is something that, if you're even talking about the issue of body shaming, you see a lady just pass, and then 2 people are like, why is she this way?
See her stomach, see her head.
And
the man will look away. The man will just look away and will start saying anyone. The woman can't hold her mouth.
The woman will be the one to criticize.
A fellow woman.
I feel women are also the issue. because there's no unity amongst us.
They say now who no man the key man. Now the woman that is a fellow woman.
There's no form of unity, and that's a big issue.
Yeah.
Women have to conquer that thing so that you can be able to embrace ourselves, support ourselves. Because I've even experienced it, even in the legal sector too, as well. You find out that people who even criticize you more might even be the women. Tell you, I won't do it this way, I won't take it this way. There's no form of unity. So if we can come together as one, that is what's going to, at least first of all, because they said, what's that saying? That united we stand,
divided we fall.
So just imagine if 80% or 90% of Nigerian women supported
Natasha. Oh, she would have gone to.
She wouldn't even need to go to
outside the country. Anyway, you said unity. That one says unity, we can stand solidarity for one another. What's your own?
Stay unity. When there is unity and we speak.
But you started with enviness.
Oh.
Yes.
You know, you are going the other way now. Why I said some women don't support others because of enviness. Like she said, when they see you doing something, instead of them to support you, they rather talk you down. And when you ask them to go for something like that, they won't. They won't do it. They won't allow you to do it. They will feel jealous. They'll feel they should be the one getting it. They should be the one there. Ask them to go, you see, they will draw back. There are some people that are very good in layback. You know, there are some people that like to come up and do something. When you cannot do something, why don't you support the person that is doing it? When you are not bold enough, you are not courageous enough to speak out, why don't you stand beside or behind the person that is speaking out and cheer the person up? That goes a long way.
Okay, we have 2027 elections coming by. I mean, we're sitting here now to discuss women not supporting each other. What are those measures do you think we should put on ground to be able to have more women in the political field?
Okay, that's why, you know, when we talk about the issue of that unity, it's something we don't have as women. If you bring up a female candidate and say, oh, she's well educated, she's good for the job, 80% of women will tell you no. They will look for the flaws, what she does not have. That is what they will focus on.
And nobody's complete and nobody's perfect.
They will now project and amplify your flaws. So that the men can now talk.
Abiodun, are you going to say amen to that? No. Are you going to say amen to that?
No, I'm looking at how we can solve this problem.
Good, yeah.
Because, you know, envy, jealousy, where is it getting us?
Nowhere.
Nowhere. Biting. And then when you're looking at 2027 elections, I'm just looking, is there a women's party? Is there anything where, you know, I'm not saying we should be divided with the men, but where, you know, there's a woman that can even join
a political party.
Yes.
You're talking about so there should be a political party for women.
Yes.
Just only women.
Just not.
No, not
I don't
just
know how
only
you do
women,
it, but where at least
more women,
we can have a voice,
yeah,
and then probably join to, because the way they do it in the UK, once you have a party and then you group and you have enough quota, we're more than the men. Yeah. And we're in unity.
Statistically,
there's no way PDP or whatever, they will not come to join, because you will not win the elections unless they join, because you have to place them. Is that right?
That's where they divided. That's because we have no unity.
So I'm not saying where.
Hold on a minute. Yes, go ahead.
If I'm making sense here.
Yeah, you are.
Yes, what I'm saying. Where we can join together and as a voice, that you need to put us in positions so that we can have a voice and make change, because you've led us all this while. Where has been the improvement? Maybe if a woman is there, because we give birth, we have compassion, and I don't know, there's something that goes in our veins that we will not allow to happen. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't know, because behind every successful woman, there's a woman.
Beside every successful woman, not even behind anyone.
Beside, thank you. You corrected me. I just feel that this thing is touching me like this, because I just feel that, so where are the women? You're saying that we're not in positions and we're not but what are we doing about it? What are we doing about it?
Okay, what are we going to do about it was the question I actually asked. 2027, it's close by. I mean, the year is running out, and you know how we do our politics in Nigeria and Africa. 2026 will be dedicated to 2027, you know, politically. Everything will start happening, who is coming on board and who is not coming on board. What do we do to get more women to come on board on this trip?
Okay, I think just the way we're here and we're trying to orientate, you know, because of course there are women who will be watching, women who are interested in politics, or even those even already in politics, you know. I think because if you check out of 10 men in power, you will still see one woman, because that is what they do. They try to balance it up.
In
Nigeria, improperly. Yes,
they do.
That's what they do.
They will not use the woman to hold the women, the Market Women Association.
So every 10, there's one woman.
Yes.
In power.
And they do it.
Yeah, they do.
In Nigeria.
Yes.
They do it.
They do
So
it.
they will just make that one.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
maybe,
they will have just 3.
They may not be in the Senate.
Yes, there are women who have that power.
To mobilize for them.
To create this political party idea you're talking about. There are women in power who can make that happen. You know, so the few who are up already, who are up the ladder, should be able to at least be liberal when another woman or women who come forward, instead of talking them down or letting the decision of the men overrule your own decision, because that's what happens, because they report back to these men in power.
I don't think with what we have would do that part, because if that was the case, how many people supported Natasha?
I was going to come there. I mean, even the few women in the House of Senate didn't speak for her.
That was so disheartening.
They didn't support her. They didn't speak for her.
It was so disheartening.
So she was standing alone.
All alone.
That's the issue. So that's why orientating, at least for them to know that there's nothing you gain from hating her. Although what they could gain financial gain, because
like Barrister said,
that's it. Appointment
like
gain.
Barrister said, I think I will further buttress that there should be sensitization. The women are women that are already up there, political leaders. They should sensitize the general public. They should be an amplifier. They should be a voice for the upcoming women. You understand? If they put out a jingle, it's not a bad thing for women to come into politics. And anybody that venture to go into politics, there should be a support. There should be moral support. There should be, if need be, there should be financial support for any woman that come up into political space. You know, there are few women in the political space, and when you are up there, don't pull down any woman that is coming up. Give them opportunity to come and meet you. If they come there and meet you up there, you never can tell how they will support it and make the more the merrier.
I'm going to say this. It's not all the women. It's not 100% we're talking about. We still have some women that their heart is so beautiful and they are ready to pull other women up. But like we said, the percentage is low. The highest percentage are those women, body shaming women, those women that are not standing for women, those women that are not going to support women, those women that will ask, what's she coming here to do? Those women that feel envious and those women that feel threatened. You know, some women are threatened. Even in your workspace. I have been in a workspace where my colleague was just threatened by me.
By your presence?
Yes. And she was going to do everything to bring me down.
Yeah. Wow.
So I saw this from the day one, and I worked with sense and wisdom. Let me put it that way. So I didn't give her the opportunity to do that, even though she tried. She did everything to want to put me down, body shaming, not allowing me speak when I want to speak. She's like, excuse me, I don't think you're doing it the right way. Let me see.
They always know it all. They always know it.
Yes, they always know.
They want to be. They want to shine. They want to outshine you.
The issue is fear.
That's what I said.
The thing is that
women are scared.
Yeah. No, that wasn't fear. That was envious.
No, I'm saying in the
fear
area
and
of even
you're going to take up.
Exactly.
Yes.
You know, they want to shine alone.
An introverted person, I don't think you would have even been able to stand up to her or something.
You just
go
shrink
back into your shell.
You just shrink, and that's it.
Can I say something to all women? Let's appreciate each other. Let's be content with ourselves and do our best to encourage everyone. Because to me, when you say somebody's going to take somebody's position, because I hear it a lot and I've experienced some things, and I said that, listen, if you do your best in wherever you are and be who God has called you to be, whether you encourage the person that is ahead of you, because as you serve, even the Bible, as you serve them, God will promote you. And if it's not your space, don't go there, because you don't know that by you going there, it can harm you. So just be content with where God has placed you. Let me encourage those that are ahead of you.
Let me add to what you just said. To my fellow women out there, please support every woman that you see. Lend a voice. lend a helping hand. You women, take care of yourself. Relearn, unlearn, and make sure you put yourself in a position where you'll be accepted. We shouldn't talk down our fellow woman, and don't body shape any woman. Don't body shape any woman. Every woman out there was created by God Almighty. You cannot create a soul.
Yes.
So the soul that you cannot create, don't body shame that soul. Thank you.
And they should also remove the issue of tribe.
Chisom, I was going to come to you because everybody has just advised the women. So please look straight to the camera and give your own advice.
Okay. So I was flowing with what Princess was saying, because if you were just saying, please love one another, you know, it's not going to work. I mean, they've heard this saying countless times, millions of times. Ladies, there's a lot of women program. Yeah, let's come together, let's come together. But you have to take this thing seriously. Remove the issue of tribe and every other discrimination and segregation.
Tribe and religion. Tribe and religion.
She's Muslim. I can't associate with her.
Yeah.
This is how they behave. I can't associate with this person. She's from so state.
We have just been indicated that time is up. I mean, time gets up when it's getting interesting. Whether you're a Christian or a Muslim, we are all women, and you know we serve just one God. Love one another. That's what Abiodun has said. Your last words, Abiodun.
Yeah, I would just like to say that, as we say, love one another. And again, every woman, you have a gift, you have a calling. There's something that God has created you to do before you were formed in your mother's womb. Try and find out that gift, try and find that calling, and be the best woman, be the best sister, be the best wife, be the best person that you can be. Just do your best.
Be the best person.
Anything.
Thank you, Abiodun. Be the best person. Your last words, please.
I would say a woman will shine, but many women will shine brighter.
Your last word.
Okay, my last word will be remove the issue of fear. You want to come out for election, you want to come out in your school, in your church, you want to come out for any position, take away the issue of fear. Be bold, be courageous, you know, and make sure that there is nothing that is going to stop you. Don't look at what people say or what anybody thinks about you. You have your own uniqueness, just the way Abiodun said. So I think
yes, we've come to the end of today's program. Thank you, Abiodun, so much. Thank you so much for joining us. And I hope when we call on you, you'll be back here. And then Chisom, I mean, you took your time off as a barrister, your busy schedule. Thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
And to you, Princess Edith, I know how busy you are making people beautiful. Thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
Anyway, we've come to the end of today's program. Yes, thank you for being with us. We'll be here same time next week. My name is Patricia Urunu Gabriels.
Thank you.